What's up, people? It's 1/3 of MediaShinobi. I'm here to review episodes 1 and 2 of Tokyo Ghoul. So the main sum of the first two episodes is that we get introduced to a guy named Kenickie who takes out a girl named Riza out on a little date. But by the end, it turns out she's actually a flesh-eating monster and proceeds to attack him. Yeah, at the first date, I could have gone a bit better. So before she can eat him, an accident happens where some construction materials falls and apparently kills her, and Kenickie wakes up the next day totally fine. We later find out that apparently some doctor, who seems very sketchy, has decided to replace his damaged organs with whole organs. So, yeah, I don't see anything bad from happening from this. For a while, Kenickie seems fine, that is until he tries to eat something. And when he does, it tastes repulsive to him. It tastes like total and utter crap. He tries everything from all his favorite foods to any beverage. He can't stomach it. He literally vomits. And then he begins to smell something very delicious. And it turns out he has a craving for human flesh with some fava beans and guiande. And that's pretty much what the main conflict of these first two episodes is. It's just that we see Kenickie really trying to fight the desire to eat human flesh, especially at one point where his friend was injured by another ghoul, and after killing that ghoul, he's very tempted to just eat his friend. But luckily he wasn't able to give in to this temptation and able to fight off this hunger for now. So let's talk about the negatives of the first two episodes, and so far I really don't have much, except for I've seen kind of the story before about, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde fighting your dark side, not giving in to the temptation of the dark side, all that. And I just hope that the rest of the series doesn't just be just him trying to fight this temptation to eat human flesh. As for the characters, we get to know a bit of Kenickie, and he just seems like a regular boy, like nothing too interesting about him, just the fact that he has these ghoul powers now, and it looks like it's going to be mostly focusing on him trying to deal with this new lifestyle he has to live in. His friend Hide, who just seems like a typical pretty cool guy, your best bud, but I'm just happy that he's just not an overly perverted best friend like most animes often do. We also get to meet a girl ghoul named Toka, who I bet she's going to play the whole support role and possible love interest to him. And we also get to see an old man named Yoshimura, and I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, Yoshimura. Yeah, I can't speak Japanese to save my life. He seems to be very sympathetic for Kenickie, and he wants to help him adapt to this lifestyle as a ghoul. And he might have some ulterior motive, since he states that Kenickie is the only half ghoul, half human who's ever existed, so he might have some kind of other motives for him, but we don't know. It's too early to tell. And also Riza, who was the ghoul that was initially killed in the first episode. Now, why I bring her up again is because it looks like she's going to be a recurring character who is going to play the role as his dark side of Kenickie. She's going to be the one all over his shoulder saying, yeah, go ahead. Come on, take a bite. Just one bite. Come on. Come on, just one bite. And so far, the only character that seems to catch my interest the most is Toka, because I feel like she's just going to be one of those cool, quiet types, somewhat brooding. Another thing that interests me is the fact the world they build this off. People are aware that these ghouls exist. They know that these ghouls live off human flesh. They live among them. It kind of reminds me of Dance in the Vampire Bond, where in the beginning of the episode, the vampires were all like, "What up, bitches?" The first two episodes does a great job of introducing what kind of world these characters live in, and just giving us a bit of a snippet of who they are and possible conflicts they can run into. And that's all I gotta say for these first two episodes. They've caught my interest. I want to see what happens to these characters and this story and where it goes. I'm just praying that it won't be repetitive with Kenickie constantly fighting against his hunger. And yeah, any thoughts down below, comment below. Check out our gaming channel also in the description. And tell me what you guys think of this anime so far. And that's all I gotta say. So this is 1/3 of MediaShinobi signing out. Peace.